Dear fellow engineers and our today's chief guest, Engineer Divyanathan, and senior colleagues from Institution of Engineers, Tanjavur Local Center. Good evening to all of you. Today, we are assembled here in this online meeting to celebrate the World Water Day 2023. And as the chairman rightly pointed out, water is a very important commodity. And now, why I'm saying it's a commodity, it is being traded. So definitely it is considered as a commodity nowadays. And yesterday, March 22, 2023 is the World Water Day celebrated by the United Nations. The theme is the accelerating change. That is accelerating change to solve the water and sanitation crisis. So Chairman has rightly pointed out so many things. So the latest data show that the governments must work on average 4 times faster to meet this Sustainable Development Goal 6 on time. But this is not a situation that any single actor or group can solve. So you can play your part by be the change. So everyone should take a pledge to be the change to save water or conserve water and make the water available to every stakeholder of this community. With these few words, I'll introduce the speaker today. Luckily, we are very fortunate to have the speaker today, Engineer Ieitjlc. Is the assistant engineer in the Agriculture Engineering Department of the Special Area Development Program, Tirunelveli. And before going into his profile, I have to say he is my classmate and a dear friend. We were both classmates in the Agriculture Engineering Program in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University during due to his meritorious GATE score, he has moved to one of the very pioneer institute in India, Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, for his postgraduate program in food and dairy technology. And after completing his master's program in the prestigious IIT Kharagpur, then he came back to Tamil Nadu, and then he has started working as assistant engineer in the Agriculture Engineering Department. And he has contributed enormously for the development of agriculture in mechanization of agriculture in many parts of the Tamil Nadu. And now currently is interested in the Special Area Development Program Tirunelveli, and he is looking after the 3-4 districts in the south. And he belonged to the Son of Soil of Southern District. So he is very honestly and very sincerely working on the development of that particular area. And from the 85 onwards, I am seeing after him about his work. He is a very interesting and sincere contributing officer in the Agriculture Department. With these few words, I invite Engineer Divyanathan to talk on Gully Erosion, options for prevention, control, and rehabilitation. Welcome, Divyanathan. Please, you can start.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, Dr. N. Venkat is my friend, actually. And I would like to thank our respected chairman, respected honorary secretary, Dr. N. Venkat, and everyone, and all the committee members, and all the organizing committee members of this event. I very much giving this opportunity. I am very much thankful to this to somehow express or to introduce what we are doing in the department, as well as what contributing to the society. I would like to give in this. I have selected area as one of the important topic as gully erosion, which this problem has to be addressed. And once I have been asked to deliver the lecture regarding this, I have immediately come to this topic, Gully Erosion. And in that, I could immediately coin that word, options for prevention, control, and rehabilitation. These three terminology, we are just going to see as much as possible, and I have elaborated and simplified these three things so that all the participants can understand easily. And apart from that, I have in this lecture, I have divided into three parts. Again, one is to basic theory behind what is happening in the gully erosion, and another thing is how we are going and see and finding the location which is very much vulnerable and has to be, that point has to be treated immediately. So that way, after doing all, and again after implementing that work or doing check dam or any other work, again we are trying to rehabilitate the area. So in this topic, I have divided into two categories. I'm going to give the lecture regarding this. Once again, I welcome everyone to this lecture. Now let us get into that topic as early as possible. First of all, before getting into that, I like to everyone to know the terminology soil erosion. Actually, what is that erosion? It's nothing but it is due to the heavy rainfall which in the ground, which leads to the removal of topsoil. Actually, so it's again it's a major threat to the soil resources. Why this type of erosion continuously happening in and around the nearby the or under the foothills of the area, or nearby the area of the mountain or the slopey area? It's very much vulnerable. And this area, what are all the erosion process, why it is happening, and how we can solve this problem. And like that we are going. So in that surface runoff, which again theory part, I would say it has some sheet erosion, rill or sea bank erosion or gully erosion. Finally, that erosion is a major problem in the agriculture. We will see what are the erosion problems which agriculture community facing day by day. We will go into that. What are the natural that regarding the erosion? They are divided into subclassified as geological erosion or the accelerated erosion, which is caused mainly by mankind. Again, if I come to the point of gully erosion, gullies are landforms which are created due to surface runoff, which erode deep into the soil. Again, repeated storms, especially near the hillside or on the hillside, gullies are due to storms and everything, due to the soil nature of the soil, morphology of that area. Again, they completely it erodes. So gullies are again and again started widening or deepening. This continuous movement of erosion, slumping of the side walls, it increases the size of the gully, that is the widening or deepening. So if you practically, if you see that, say the order of, if you see that in the order of gully, say suppose we may be seeing it as a second order or third order gully. We look into that, maybe around 3 meters wide. In due course, due to continuous erosion, it goes on widening or deepening according to the soil parameters or gradient of the, or if you can say the slope of the gully bed actually. So over short periods, which removes the entire area of the topsoil, and the gully got eroded day by day, year by year rotation. So the rate of gully erosion is basically again is the characteristics of the watershed. It depends on the soil characteristics as well as the alignment and the size and shape of the gully. These are the important points. So what I have, I would like to thrust in these terminologies actually. So characteristics of the watershed is very much important, that we have to understand that watershed. Whether if you say it is a watershed characteristics, if you say it is a good watershed or bad, or what is it has vegetation, or what is the nature of the watershed, everything. Again, the soil parameter plays a vital role in that actually. Again, the alignment, we have seen a lot of gullies in that. It takes curves. So the curved area, curved goes on, that curves entirely on the course of the gully. We come to notice that turning center curves all along the thing. There are a lot of reasons for that actually. So for which that reasons again it needs, if you say that, say some obstruction, it takes at the turning actually. Once it says once the curve is formed again, due to the velocity of the water, soil gets eroded in the curves and the changes in the alignment as well as the shape of the gully. So again it depends on the slope of the entire bed or the slope of the gradient or the nature slope of the gully, if you say. These are the very important parameters one should compulsorily understand or come to know before entering into that gully area actually. Without understanding this basic terminology, we cannot treat or we cannot understand what is the morphology or what is the condition, what is the nature of that particular gully in a place. So that's why I have given importance to before starting this. I have given this all the terminology. So I would like to introduce again gullies. Again, it has been classified into ephemeral gullies or permanent or classical gullies or bank gullies. It depends on the in what is the nature or whether it is forming or for the past few years, or it has been stabilized, or it has been converted into permanent gullies, or again that's due to the nature of the soil or the high flow in the stream getting eroded by in the banks. So these are the classification one should understand actually. If you come to that watershed basis, say suppose micro watershed basis, if you think the gully occupies usually occupies less than 5% area of the catchment area, 5% of the area of the watershed actually. But this is the important factor, important phenomena that we cannot neglect actually. We should identify those places and we have to treat, otherwise this will entirely change the watershed actually. It has a nature, it has a power to change the entire watershed. I will explain in later stages what will happen if that gully is not treated. If the gully is not given importance in that 5% area is not given, then the entire 50, say suppose 10 to 50, almost some of the micro watershed, half of the portion will not be available for any other use actually, except some agriculture will also be very difficult. Then getting into that area, transportation will also be very difficult. So it has to be well addressed or it has to be treated. So before entering into that gully process, we have to understand the gully morphology is the first stage of any course of action or any course of prevention or any control in that. So what is a gully? As I have told, so according to the formation style, it has been classified again as 4 stages. Whether it is at the initial stage or formation stage, or as well as the development stage. Third one is under the healing stage. In this stage, you can see that vegetation just starts growing up. But almost completely that eroded, that bed is completely eroded, side is eroded, even though some of the few vegetation very difficult, they like to grow actually even. So entire that area is now the nature will try to put some vegetation in that, so that further erosion or further deepening will also be minimized. And it reaches the stabilization stages. In the stabilization stages, 4th stages, actually gully reaches the stable gradient. The entire bed, if you say for a gully, say suppose the gully length is around, say suppose 700 meters to 1250 meters. Entire stretch of the gully, if you get into, if you find the slope or gradient, that the gradient will be having a uniform gradient. Say suppose every fall in 1 meter, fall in every 100 meters or 150 meters or 200 meters, according to the day. Generally, maybe 1 or 2 few points we can see bed fall actually. Say suppose bed fall are around 30 centimeter to almost some 60 centimeter, we can notice the bedfall, not more than that. So 30 to 40 centimeter is more actually bedfall. So once it has been reached the stabilization, that again that bedfall is also again due to the nature of the bed, whether the bed has exposed to rock or any other obstruction is there or not. So these are the 4 stages we normally the gully comes. Again, before different types of we have to see that say understanding the gully morphology, we want to treat or we want to know what is happening in that gully or what has to be done in that gully. So understanding the morphology, we need some data, we need some factors to be identified. That factors has to be systematically combined. Until unless we get into that compilation, systematically we go and find the factors, analyze the factors. It will be very difficult to whatever the steps you take, whatever the check dams or any other construction or any other control structure, whatever may be the action you take, unless you know the entire morphology of the gully, then it will be a failure one. It will not be a success one actually. So this is the critical area which everyone should, scientific approach should be there. The systematic compilation is there actually. So what is the factors we actually, what are the factors we should understand is the minimum length. Gully has to be treated. What is the depth of the gully, and what is the width actually? Base width we can identify 1/3. Say from the bed you can see the 1/3 height of, say suppose the gully depth is around, say suppose 3 meter or 4 meter. So every 1 meter, what is width of the gully actually? So from that you can come to know, that is one of the key point actually. So every 1 meter, whether it is in V shape or curve shape, that I will explain in again. General gradient again, then the nature of the curves, where the twists and turns are happening, why the twists are happening in that, why immediately, what is the reason for the twist, whether it is due to any obstruction or it is completely by the entire turning, due to any sideways. We come to know that there are some rocky formation is sometimes there. So due to that, it takes a curve actually. So these are the factors we have to come into that place. So again, very important factors we cannot neglect is the soil type. What is the condition of the soil? Whether it is loose texture, why it is happening? Whether the soil is able to withstand, or the soil is collapsing? What is the texture of the soil? We have to understand. We have to find it very, very carefully. Each and every meter of the gully we have to identify. Unless we find these factors, again, I would say again, it will be very difficult for us to come into the conclusion. Then second important parameters one should know, it's rainfall in an area, catchment area. Say suppose you say the gully point where the catchment area or vegetation cover. Again, it's a natural phenomena and it's a nature topography of the catchment or the watershed. We have to know. We have to understand that. Unless we know, it will be very difficult to manage this one actually. So some of the third one is any other over grasses is happening, or any expansion of cultivation is happening or not. Any other steeper thing or surface runoff, how the surface runoff water is being diverted into the gully, or they are having any dedicated drainage, or their structure is there in adjacent, or you say the terminology, you can say that word is the gully bank, gully nearby area, nearby field, I would say simply nearby area of the gully. How their water is being diverted, water is being drained into that things. Again, the deforestation, what is the vegetation content available in that gully, that has to be, these parameters we definitely we have to understand. We have to collect the data in the field level. Unless we get into the field level, this will be very, again, it will be a problem for us to decide the factor. Next, what are the factors for any formation of this formation of gullies? You will come to know that improper land is in the upstream side. or sometimes there are forest and forest fires happening in the hillside. Due to this entire, they say, suppose in that area, if you get the rainfall, then the water will be, runoff will be more. Again, there will be velocity of the water will be more. So uncontrolled velocity of water will again induce the surface runoff. These are the man-made factors, factors which may cause actually in the upstream side of a gully. Physical parameters which we cannot understand is the rainfall, topography, soil property, vegetative cover in that area. So again, what is the occurrence or development, or again, as I suggested, classification, we learned something about the classification. When this happening is there, field, when we go to the field, farmers used to say, sir, okay, everything is okay, fine. But when we get a flash flood, very heavy rainfall, particularly in a year, say 2 or 3 occasional rainfall stop, very intensity is more than 1 centimeter per hour, and the entire area maybe due to sudden rainfall, then the major storm occurs. In that we cannot get into that gully or cross the gully, or even our cattle will be washed away in this region. So main reason for initiation stage is the major storm. And deepening and slumping of side slopes. So again, formed soil will be collapsing due to that excess runoff. So this consequently, this gully will be going on deepening as well as widening. So again, another important keyword I have mentioned here, usually it extends backwards and sideways. It means the gully size will be increased. Again, upstream order of gully will also be size of the, say, suppose the second order gully, suppose we have a width of some 3 to 5 meters, then the upstream side gully will also be will be going on increasing. So this has to be checked now. So if you don't take enough necessary steps in that, then it will be again the order of gully will be going on increasing. So next I will go. So basic structure, what is the basic prevention is better than cure, as we always know. How much we can do. We cannot prevent entire things, but we can reduce the effect actually. Seriousness of the effect can be reduced to some extent actually. Before getting it that gully formation, for which upstream side, if you can give the proper land management, or if you are able to retain keep the water on the soil surface runoff smoothly, or divert or drain the water, surface water into the drain carefully, then we will be able to prevent further formation of gully. So that is a prevention step we can come to know. Again, in the gully control measures, we have some physical measures actually. What is the physical measure? Say simply, we can gully reshaping and filling is the immediate step we can do actually. This is the primary step I have given. Gully reshape. That entire that reshaping terminology I will explain in the later stage if I show the slide of gully actually. So reshaping, immediately we can reshape it, keep the slope, side slope of the according to the nature of the soil. We can keep the side slope in a safer manner. So 1:1 or 1.5:1. According to the nature, 1:1. According to the nature of the soil, we can, if you are able to reshape it immediately, then further widening will be simplified. Further widening will be reduced. Or immediate any vegetative check, any vegetative using some brushwood or anything in the first order or second order, we try to keep some vegetative barrier. Vegetative barrier is very important aspect. Actually, these vegetative barrier is being very much useful in the very hilly terrain, in particularly northeast area, where the entire there will be number of streams. So in the stream, they used to go for that check dams. So the further erosion, further deepening or widening will be reduced actually. Again, these control measure structures, if you see, then looseness check dam, avian check dam, or check dam, like that you can go then. This again depends upon the place where you are going to treat the gully actually. Again, finally, use of vegetation in gully control is one of the main factor here, we can say. This is the catchment micro watershed level. What is the, say, everybody will be knowing. I have given here a catchment area in this drain, first order gully, and so say 1 or 2 gullies being collected, then it comes into that. You can see our due to the flow direction, the crack in tension and goes on that erosion initiates actually. So this is just to know what is a catchment, how the order of gully will be there. So this will be then again it will be a common drainage point where the order will be more. Actually, third or fourth it will be, it depends upon that actually, upon the watershed. Next, waterfall erosion is hillside. This is a place where water started eroding, the erosion, then again it goes on increasing. See, weaker stage, it goes on increasing. So entire area will be removed slowly, it will be happening. This again, see, this is the gully. I have given you the how this series of the places taken place actually. Widening is being happening, further widening is there actually. So see the bed gradient of the bed here, no reshaping is done actually. So side no vegetation is not that much covered, but no reshaping is done. Here is there. You can see again it will be collapsing in due course. It will be due to heavy storm. It will be collapsing. So in the foot of the hill, we can see we can notice everything with the place actually. So less vegetation, less sides are completely started eroding away, and there is no say collapsing nature, and banks are not firm enough. Entire soil is being removed. Again, this is one of this is almost say suppose something around 750 to 1,000 meters below the foot of this place. Completely this bank this shoulder is completely started removing actually. So somehow they are unable to keep this one. Say suppose due to erosion, this shoulder place, these banks will entirely go on removing everything. Even this entire they have given some crop here. Cashew nut crop is there. This will also be started if you are unchecked. If you are not treating this place, further widening is entirely possible. Okay, gully classification. Now, this is the place where now I will be able to tell you the classification of. According to the gullies are classified according to its size, shape, and continuation. These are the 3 parameters. One is the size, whether the size is the say first order. Say again, as I told you earlier, so order of gullies, or say if we come to a very common name, whether it is a small gully or medium gully or large one. So size matters here. Again, the shape. As I told, the shape plays a vital role. We can see, we can notice this shape of the any different. We say almost I have surveyed many areas, many gully. Immediately I take all these 3 parameters. When I go into the field, I immediately come to see whether what is the size of the gully. Physically I see, then I measure myself what is happening there, what is the size actually, whether it's a small one or a medium one or bigger one, or it's widening, or what is happening, what is the shape, it is a U shape or V shape. V shape is maybe the less, maybe due to the less area, occupies less area, but the water runoff is more. Again, the erosion starts the place. Then whether it's a trapezoidal or one, or come entirely formed, everything is gully is formed out. So size, shape, and the continuation is very much necessary. Continuation, you see whether it is continuous or discontinuous. That's all. Whether the gully is over or drained into a tank or everything is over, or further it is going beyond 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers. Continuously, it has another branch or like that. We can, or another stream is coming down, joining like we can see, go on, study the nature in the field itself. So why we are very much interested actually? So due to the gullies, entire lands, productive land has been, soil has been removed. Management is very difficult. I have seen there is yesterday, last week also I have come to know a particular place where we have gone for inspection. There the people, farmers were telling that even we have produced very much, we could not transport the material in time. So agriculture commodities transportation is very much necessary. At that time, it has to be transported immediately to the nearby market. But transportation getting difficult because of this gullies. So crossing this gully is very difficult. Like that, management difficulties they have been telling to me. And again, destruction of farm facilities. So some small farms or anything, they keep some facility. That's also got eroded away. And another important is something about the storage dams or the cattle ponds or tanks in the downstream side. Completely everything storage capacity will be minimum. In this entire soil, we can notice that the entire soil will be eroded and put into that area. Again, very important. See, I have marked that in red line. Please, local lowering of the water table. If the gullies are untreated, there's a very chances of lowering the water table. That is, the gullies will suck water from the nearby ductworks or hand pumps, which is due to the negative pressure. So if you upset that place, if you are able to control the gully, and if you are able to store to some extent, then certainly farmers have told me that there is a chance of additional irrigation for minimum 10 to 20 days with the help of drip irrigation. So this can be avoided. Say again, I will count that word. That water will be groundwater recharging will be possible. So this is the where we can understand. Infrastructure damage can be reduced very much, and the climate change in climatic conditions. I have these are the factors which okay, where we have to focus on. The focus is there basically primarily we have to focus on the buffer zone where the severe erosion is being happening. So focus has to be done. Special understand the geophysical condition, nature of the watershed, nature of the nearby area, adjoining area, nature of the soil parameters. What are the condition of the everything we have to focus. Unless we collect the focus on this, we will not be able to control the gully actually. Again, this focus mainly depends slope. What is the slope? Or increased soil erosion is happening or always happen actually due to steep the nature of the slope of the gully. So this we have to identify. Okay, now we'll come to the check dam. What is the importance of the check dam? Is the check dam is one of the controlling factor for, say, suppose if you think about the order of the gully or say medium gully or bigger one, we have to go for the check dam immediately. It's a small structure. It's nothing but it's a small cross across the built across the channel, so that water will be so that water velocity actually runoff velocity will be reduced. That is the point we are steaming the runoff actually. So unless if you are able to steam the runoff or reduce the velocity of the running water, we will be able to check. We will be able to control the gully further gully widening or deepening will be reduced. This is the idea. It has to be built in the correct places, actually right places. It has to be identified in the physical, in the say site condition. It has to be that selecting the area, selecting that particular place is very much important actually. We cannot go and just like that. We cannot choose a point and where we should not construct. That will be a tedious problem for us actually. So we have to identify where it has to be treatment has to be done actually. And this will help in further upstream stabilization. This is one of the stabilization process. Okay, we'll go to the next one. So these are the problems. Again, I will group up the problem: less recharging of groundwater, setting of FMA tank, agriculture productivity, no sustainable income, and ultimately it leads to poor employment opportunities to the agriculture farmers or laborers. So further, before into that, I will go to the, these are the, I have completed the just introduction theory part I have completed. Before into that, we find the microwatt level, we come to know where we are seeing. So what is, which way, which microwatt we are going to treat. So we have to identify the microwatt. Then only we will be able to, I will explain it. See, this is one of the map I have prepared immediately for this lecture actually. So this red line is the forest boundary. This is the hill area. You can see the drainage, number of drainage. You can see the order of gully, everything. This is just one village. I have selected one village, and it is a village boundary marked in the red one. And see the network of the gullies everywhere, which drained into the canal. So what, say suppose if you want to see this gully, so where it is going, where it is coming, which way, what is the length of the gully, what is the where the twists and turns are happening, why this, sir, everything we have to understand. So it's a microwatt level map has been prepared. That has to be prepared unless we come to know what is happening in that particular micro. Say if you are interested in the C1, B2, C1, C1, we have to see what are the gullies in there, what are the tanks where it is being drained, how many gullies are there, what is the nature, what is the size, what is the parameter, what is the phenomena it's happening, morphology of the gully has to be understood. So this way we prepare the map and we go into the field and study a lot of things, take field parameters. This again, this is a RF area. See, we have come to use the contour lines where the water is being drained. What is the say? What is the order of the gully? Where are the gullies are available? Where it has to be checked immediately. Like that, we have to understand that theory, understand the microwatt level. We have to understand. We have to know as much as possible. Unless we know all these factors, again, it is not a correct approach actually. It should be the systematic and the scientific approach. It should be that. Again, see another example. Again, see the number of gullies, severity of the places where due to the see from contour level, contour lines, you can come to know what is the sea, what is the nature, how many gullies are being formed, whether it has been treated or not, like that. So which point where we are going to treat immediately, what is the immediate requirement where it has been checked now. So like that we can learn. Okay, after collecting the necessary data, I got just very few points I have given. That just you come to you just know this one. You need not get into that theory part or the design parameters. I'll explain it quickly. Unless here we are finding the discharge using some formula CIA. Again, everybody knows the intensity of rainfall, area of the catchment, again coefficient of that catchment area watershed, what is the discharge, how much water we will be getting, like that we have to identify. Then fixing the length or depth over the crust. Again, base width, everything we have to calculate apron, base width, then our apartment downstream apron, or the scouring depth, what will be the scouring, using some formula and everything. These are all calculation purpose, but I just put something so that these are the factors we should not neglect actually. So we should take into the consideration for everything. Then what is the stability check for it? Overturning is there, not crashing is there, everything we have to understand. Unless we calculate meticulously, we put into this effort. Again, we cannot come to we cannot have a good design of a structure. So this way we do. It's again check them. You see the place where we are going to cross section view. You just see where we are going to put a barrier across the gully. It's upstream place, upstream apron, upstream cutoff wall. These are the just you please note that what are the components we have to downstream apron, then downstream cutoff all. These are the area of. So what is the length of the weir we are going to fix? Everything we have to come into our. See, this is the nature of a place where the areas are. These are just bushes. You cannot say vegetation grows, bushes. Say for few rain it comes, then during summer it goes away actually. In that we have, this is the order, second order, almost in the upstream side nearby the foot of the mountain, we could identify this place, treated with the gabion structure. And we started putting some revegetation. We asked the nearby people to keep the vegetation to grow. See the water, at least to some extent that the immediate runoff is checked at this stage. So this is one of the method of checking using the gabion structure. This one again I will check immediately and near the hotels. Again, gully size, you see the gully, the nature of the gully, entire you can see the bushes all around, but the bushes due to that few showers this will come, but immediately you say after some day it will not be there, erosion will be there. But somehow there was from the soil, nature of the soil you can find, see the curve turning away, you can see the curve, there is a small turning, started turning, accumulation of soil here. See, now we have just treated this one. See, adjacent, now you can see the farmers, adjacent farmers have crop raising the farmers. You see that one. Here also some mango trees are there, bananas are there, they started growing, they have been giving. Another tree also, there are some bushes all around here, again treated one. Here revegetation is important. That we are doing actually slowly. We are doing with the help of local farmers. We are doing it slowly. It takes time. In our experience, we come to that revegetation in a particular soil type. See, this is another gully. See how much widening happened. See the entire process. This way, water is going. This way, water is coming here. Here, started sliding down. Here, entire side is started eroding. This is the place we have started completely removed entire sea width of the gully. Almost some 15 to 20 meters started erosion actually. Again, here we check using a pond. We have created a pond in that. That was the earlier one. Now we treated this place, entire area. We check this one. This has been constructed for. It is almost 3 years over, more than 3 years. It is working perfectly right now. This one. See this one. This also. Some bushes all around. No, so ordinary bushes. That's all. Some prasabis or any other amari chedi or like that. See. Started accumulating all the soil particles, soil lands here. We treated this one. The entire we have framed a very good structure here. And a very bigger one. The gully is actually a bigger one, large gully. We treated this one. And the coconut plantation, actually they were having, these people were having insufficient water due to that during summer days, they don't have sufficient water to irrigate this area. They are able to hold it for few more days so that they can use it for the drip irrigation and the other thing. Another gully you can see, you can find the shape of this gully actually. See the shape, you can come to know this one. See the side embankment. Here the twist, here the turning. Here everything, no plantation, just some grasses. That's all. One or two few little here. One prasab is there, unable to withstand. See, completely eroding. This we have created. We have treated this gully actually. We have formed this one. This is due to that these people, they started leveling this area. They started leveling. They have since the check dam is provided, they have started to irrigate the entire area. Now it has been, this entire area has been converted into banana area. This area has been converted, entire area has been converted into banana area. We try to steam the gully as much as possible. Another area is there. So this you can see. This I was standing here. I should have been here standing to take the photo. You can see the straightness of the gully. We have formed the entire site. You can see this bank. You can see the site completely around more than 120 meters. We have formed a straight line in this. This gully is also the downstream of the previous one. Again, see the entire. They started immediately after considering after completing this project. The adjacent farmers, they started growing other crops and banana and everything. This one, see, some here it seems you, but it's vertical place. Entire started collapsing. These are bushes, all around thorns and bushes here. See the gradient, very slope of the gully. Here also we that was the place where we treated this one. We have fixed, we harvested the rain. We checked the water. We removed again. Now we asked the farmer, adjacent farmers to revegetate the entire area using a neem. In my experience, that neem tree is a very easy one. It will come within 2 to 3 years. So we have to wait for it 2 years or 3 years. It will come down. It will come quickly. They have planted few. It is growing now. And another thing is there's entire bushes only. It seems bushes. It helps in vegetation. No, it never helps actually. It never. The bed will be entire started eroding all the things. It comes only due to some soil moisture available in that, and few sand particles or soil in the bushes comes. Once during dry season it goes away. Again, immediate for the storm, immediate for the sudden storm or quick heavy storm, entire area will be, see, we have treated this one. We have see the slope, we have maintained a perfect slope, perfect gradient, so that further widening will not be available. We have checked the entire gully. We are able to hold the water now. Foot of the hill, we are able to hold the water. We are able to retain that surface water. We are able to stabilize the adjacent funds. Fields are also now they are happy. The adjacent farmers are now happy. In this area, further widening will not be there, and they will have some water recharging, groundwater recharging will be there for their own. Again, another classic example here. See the widening. Now, immediately people started using it actually. This is a very good one of the very good structure. This is another place. If you see, just you may see some few shrubs actually. This is not there, but entire curve is there. We have come to know streamline for almost some 45 to 50 meters. We straighten up. Then we had a turning and everything. But we could fix up a check in that. It's working perfectly now. And another thing, we'll have a say. It will be for. I'll be happy to present few videos of my work actually. வருஷக்கணக்கா நிக்குது ஒரு வருஷம் ஆச்சு சரி சரி இந்த மேல இருக்க மண்ணு கொஞ்சம் வெட்டி விட்டா இன்னும் பரப்பு போடும்டா போடுவோம் அந்த தண்ணி தேங்கி நிற்கும் இவ்வளவு இந்த வருஷம் மழை இல்லையா? மழை இல்ல, சுத்தமா மழை எல்லாம் தண்ணி கிடக்கு. ஏப்ரல்ல கிடக்குற தண்ணி அப்படியே கிடக்கு. See, this is another one we will see. Again, this one the earlier see people started just to give some. No rain, but water is flowing now. Upstream side started saturation actually. This is due to the upstream side, due to the barrier. We keep the barrier across the gully. We saturate the things. Once it started, then we try to, due to this barrier, again we try to hold some water. This one you can see that how the velocity of water is checked now. You can come to know what is the that runoff is streamlined here. Streaming of runoff water is very much necessary actually. This is immediately after the rain is over. We have taken this video. This is the same site, but I will just to see the mountain area, foot of the hill. That's why I started giving this video. We'll go to next video. Downstream side. This is earlier I have shown the photo of this video. That widening is checked here now. So further widening is stopped. Here another video I will This is one of the high coefficient wear. We have given everything. What I have shown is high coefficient wear only. See the flow of water. You can see how the actually this is also immediately after the rain. We have taken this video. See the flow is entirely kept. Another one percolation pond constructed my best friend actually. This he has given a very good work. You can see this one. See how much water is being stored now in the upstream side, right? So just imagine what will be the recharge here. Groundwater recharging and irrigation for the adjacent field, everything will be possible now. So finally, I will come to the conclusion points to remember. And the 3 topics I have given, we will remember again this one. So prevention is very much essential. That how we are going to prevention is the maintaining remnant vegetation, planting deep rooted trees, identifying drainage lines to be a separate land class. Identify the drainage lines and keep it as a separate land class. Immediate stabilization of seed, maintain increased level of organic matter. One of the very important. Avoiding excessive cultivation. This is also another thing that we have to prevent. Again, gully control, earth plug or check dams in particular make more water available to the soil underground storage system, retaining surface runoff. So it's a control increased during the first. These actually, as a result, the spring water in the immediate vicinity increased during the first few years, 2 to 3 years. Then permanently it's regulated actually. Nature will treat the entire area now again. We give the chance actually. Again, it prevent minor floods by diverting the whole thing. So immediate flood will be arrested. So these are the important. Again, use of vegetation, rehabilitation. If you say for rehabilitation, these are the things to be done. Use of vegetative material in gully control is very important. It's inexpensive thing. It will be for permanent production. It is inexpensive. Economic value will be increased. Vegetation can be established, and revegetation should be done immediately after completion or immediately after controlling the gully. Or if I say after formation of any check dam, everything, that gully head, gully offset adjacent land, gully side wall, gully bed floor, or anything, or it has to be shrubs and grasses can be reduced. It has to be rehabilitated immediately, so that we take care of we rehabilitate the entire things. So further erosion will be very much minimized. So okay, if I come to the last point actually. Whatever we do, we do in identifying the required places to be treated. We may there will be a failure in gully control and rehabilitation. Why it is happening? So few points we neglect. Due to the neglecting those points, that failure in gully control happens in a particular stream actually. Say we don't calculate the upper catchment area. That area that is we don't arrive properly. This is the key area where most of the people neglect in this area. Lack of keying in very much necessary for any. What I was shown is a all wing wall type. That was not a pore wall type. Keying in the upstream side is very much essential. If not, keying is not done, then there is a possibility of turning or breaching will be there. Side breaching will be there. And lack of spillway, that wear, sufficient width of length of wear is very much essential. We don't calculate, we don't provide sufficient, maybe due to some reason we don't provide. Then poor maintenance, this is also failure. Improper spacing, lack of apron structure we don't give. Many of the places structure failure is due to lack of apron is not provided, then scouring will be there. 1 or 2 rain, then consecutive runoff, then apron will damage the apron, will induce the scouring. Again, more scouring will collapsing in the structure. Improper spacing of check dam is also one of the key. Then integration between physical and biological measures we are not neglecting. These are the failures, the reasons for failures. So we vision for rehabilitation I have given is the tree, very essential for tree growth is where revegetation is very much essential. Unless we go for planting or a tree, then that bund adjacent land we will not be able to kill. Just like I have given, we are doing it for rehabilitation. See, this is a lot. Yeah, actually, I was thinking to keep the photo in the earliest stage, but I have kept it in the last final photo of this session. See the red soil, red character is due to the storm. You can say that upstream side is not unchecked. That is one of the reason actually. So this is when the just immediately after the rain is over, I got taken this photo. See the what is the runoff, how much quantity of soil, topsoil is being eroded away. So thank you very much for the giving me this such a great opportunity to deliver this lecture. And thank you once again. Thank you very much for the chairman as well as for the honorary secretary and committee members for giving me this great opportunity. Once again, thank you very much. I think I have taken a lot of time in this regarding. Anyway, sorry to very much again. Thank you for giving me the time and the everything. If anything did I wrong anything, sorry once again. Tell you the sorry. Thank you very much. Thank you for your kind cooperation. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Divyanathan sir. It's definitely it is not a definitely it is a wonderful talk. Really, most of our participants are civil engineers only. Around 22 participants are there. In that, 90% of the participants are civil
Yes,
engineers.
that's what
I hope everyone will get benefit of this talk, sir.
Thank you,
sir. And I request Honorary Secretary give a vote of thanks.
Is it audible, sir?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Okay. Really, it was very wonderful lecture to hear from Engineer Divyanathan, because though I'm an agriculture engineer, after my graduation in '89, I have moved out of soil and water completely to food and processing or post-production of food crops. So really, after a long time, I'm listening to a wonderful, my interesting topic in the undergraduate program, soil and water. So we still, Engineer Divyanathan has taken me to the course which I have studied in soil erosion, how the types of gullies, and even we have visited some of the gullies during our college days, how those Kallar area, but really it is a wonderful way to mitigate the soil erosion by these gullies. And then when we see the areas which he has shown, mainly the Kovilampudur or Sivalaperi, or maybe some of the villages under the foothills of the Western Ghats, really it is a very dangerous area when we see the animal movement in that area. But even then, people are sincere people. They are working in this area to do something to the community, and it is shown by the videos and pictures. The practical field pictures shows the how people are working with risking their lives and then doing something good to the community. It was very wonderful lecture, and it has taken back to me for the college days. Thank you, Divyanathan. It was very wonderful lecture. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I thank all the participants who spent their valuable time to listen to this wonderful lecture on a very important statutory day, World Water Day. And though it was yesterday, and due to the time constraint, we are conducting this event today. And I thank all the fellow engineers who has participated and get benefited through this important lecture. And I also thank the our Tanjore local sector chairman and the past chairman and the immediate secretary and all the members. Thank you very much.
And one more thing, sir, thanks for State Center also for telecasting in that it's a live program in the YouTube, as well as the Zoom providing the platform also. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.